Good morning, master trainers. On behalf of management of our virtual refresher training, you are welcome once again. And as we go through this last day, you will be required to go through the UDL principle. As teachers, we know children have diverse needs in the classroom, that they need to cater for their individual needs. So I would like to introduce to you Madam Rose Okosuhimada, that is universal design for learning. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, good morning, colleagues. I'm highly excited to be part of this training program. I am doing well and I hope you are also doing well. As you have already been informed, we are going to look at universal design for learning. In teaching children, and especially children in our schools, there is the need for us to use a strategy that will address the needs of all learners. And with me today, this morning, Rose Okosunimada, the National Inclusive Education Coordinator of Ghana Teaching Service at the Special Education Division. I'm going to guide us to walk through the universal design for learning. As you are aware, children, all humans, we have different people all together. We are different from one another, and our differences should not be a barrier. If you look on your screen, you will see that the people there, they are in different colors. Some are wearing glasses. Their hair gear, their design of their hair is different. This shows that we are all different. Even twins are not the same. And so our differences comes with its own challenge, which we need to address. And in addressing that we will need to look at what is bringing out our differences. That is diversity in learners, diversity in human beings. If we all will put ourselves together, and as I sit here, I decide to look at how diverse we are, we will have a lot. The way you are thinking is different from the way someone is thinking. You have different language. You have different ethnicity. Your age, if we bring age groups, we will have different age groups among you. Religion. As for nationality, we may say we are all Ghanaians. But culturally, we may be different. Our experiences, some may have local experience. Even the local experience, you will have the rural experience, urban experience, very urban experience, and so it will not be the same. Job levels. If we have to interview all of you, we will realize that some may be at the principal, so others may be at the deputy director level, assistant director level. So we are not the same. Likewise, the children in our classrooms, they are also not the same. And so there is diversity in learning, which we need to address. So in addressing diversity among our learning, there is the need for us to see how best that we can tap on the diverse needs of the children to create opportunities. And that is when we have to draw this mathematics that equitable access participation in our classroom will include, it will be equal to inclusive education. So diversity brought about inclusive education. And what is this, if I may ask? When we look at inclusive education, we are looking at giving all children equitable access and not just giving them access to come to school, but helping them to participate fully. If we say because of our diverse needs, we should separate them, that is segregation, and that is not societal cohesion. If you say we should integrate, we are also not helping matters. And if we don't take care, we will ignore a lot of people. So if we really want to make sure that we give equitable access to all learning, then the surest way to go is inclusive education, that we should include every child. And if we are including every child, then what do we mean? That we need to make sure that there is a universal design for learning in the schools, and that we also have learner-friendly school environment. And when we have that, that alone will not solve the problem. So we need to build the capacity of the human resources that are going to support this agenda. That is the teacher in the classroom. If we are able to do that, then we will be defining the delivery and management of children in our schools so that their diverse needs will be addressed. And when we are able to address the diverse needs of learners in our classroom, then we will be improving their academic outcomes. So, if that be the case, then what do? We need to look at the different learning styles of learning. If we should ask each one to go use the metric to assess ourselves, we realize that even what we perceive to be our learning styles may be different. Some learners learn better when they visualize. Others, others are auditory or oral people. What they hear or they speak helps them. Others can learn better when they are reading or writing. The information in books, essays, and writing are emphasized. Others are kinesthetic, the tactile people. They need to experience a practical way of doing things. And these are learners we have in our schools. We usually take them for granted, but this is the learning styles of our learners. Whether we like it or not, these learners, if we observe them critically, we will realize that they are exhibiting these primary ways of learning. Learners who use visual learn better when they visualize. And using maps, charts, drawings, pictures, learners who will just listen and they will be good to go. And learners, if they don't write, then they are out. And learners, if there is no practical work in what we are doing. So to help them, we need to put all these things together so that the various learning styles in our classrooms will be addressed. So how do we do that? If you have learners who are visualized, it means you need to bring visual things. If you have learners who are auditory and aesthetic, there should be practical components. So how can a teacher teach to address this diversity in the classroom, which we have? You put aside disability, and let's say that granted that all children are regular children, we will still have diversity. We will still have children with diverse needs. And to do that, we need to use universal design. Universal design for learning and right response to intervention. These strategies will help us to do that because UDL is an instructional approach which will provide a framework for teachers to deliver instruction. It is also going to help teachers to build upon learners' strength and allow learners to express information differently. It will be addressing the needs of all learners. Even though this strategy was meant to be used for children with disabilities, research shows that when it is used in any classroom, all learners benefit because all learners have diverse needs. Some may be so conspicuous that teachers will easily identify. Some may not be. When teachers provide instruction to support all kinds of learning, all children benefit and can improve in their classroom. And teaching and learning will be lovely. We will all enjoy it and we will be happy to be teachers. This strategy, UDL, is aimed to support teachers to be able to deliver and deliver well because our goal is to help learners. The universal design has three principles. The first principle is multiple means of engagement. This is why, because why are the children not learning? Why are they not interested? Why are they not happy to be in class? So there's a need for us to motivate them so they can learn. Children learn best in playful way. Then the second one is the multiple means of representation. That is what? What are you giving to the children? How do you present the information and how do you expect the children to receive the information? Bear in mind the various learning styles in the classroom. How do I give or express what you have given me? How do I give what you have given me back to you? In what ways? And that will depend on how I learn and the circumstance that I have. So, learners will need to have multiple means to express themselves to reflect what they have received and how they perceive what they have received. You realize that in our classroom, our day-to-day teaching and learning, there's the need to have variety of engagement strategies that we can use to engage our learners. Bearing in mind that our learners have different needs when it comes to learning. There is a need for us to use different strategies to represent the information that we are giving to the children during teaching. We cannot only dwell on just a lecture method or just a practical method, but we can use many strategies that will help address our learning, their needs. And when it comes to they expressing what you have given to them, they should also be given options. They should also be given other ways of doing that. And that will help to address their diverse needs. So let's look at engagement, multiple means of engagement. So for multiple means of engagement, the students or the learners are motivated, as I already said, in multiple means. They can play, they can sing, they can do other things that give them reward that are purposeful and motivating so that they will enjoy their class, they enjoy being there. And that should not just be at the beginning of the lesson, but it can be in the middle of the lesson when children are getting bored. You bring in any other means that will help to motivate them so that they don't get bored, they don't get tired. In that case, you will sustain their interest in the lesson. So we have various songs, various recitals that we can use. Let's look at multiple means of presentation. In this case, it is between the teacher and the learner. You create various ways for learners to learn. So you don't just use your usual way. For example, you can use both visual and auditory presentation. There may be some practical work, hands-on activity that will help learning. Making use of the various senses, the hand, the eye, the ear, the nose, and the mouth. They need to play much role in the learning of the child. When we employ all these senses, it will help all learners to learn. Multiple means of action and expression. During the representation, what were the strategies you used? There are some children, they can use oral means to give you answers. There are some who may have communication challenges. For instance, teachers in the classroom who can take about 30 minutes to just make one sentence. You also have to ask that child to use 30 minutes to make one sentence. Certainly not. So that child can write. And so if I cannot grab because of my condition, then I will need to use other means to express myself. And when I have multiple conditions that prevents me from expressing myself, what do you do? For instance, I am a stick teacher. I cannot grab, so I can't hold pen and paper. At the same time, I'm not verbal. I can't speak. So what do? You need to get other means. I hope by now you are thinking of what means can you use for a learner who cannot hold pen and paper and at the same time cannot talk. That person can use a computer, a tablet to do that. And so instead of worrying that person, it could also be that that person is immobile. Mobility challenge is also there. So if that child has his or her computer or a laptop, that person will be able to express himself or herself. Some may only draw and some may write. And if we allow them to express themselves in different ways, that will work. Now, in the classroom, let's come to the practical way of using the principles. And so these are some few strategies that we can adopt to use in our classroom. We can have small group instructions. We can ask children to think in alone, in pair, and share. Turn and talk. Use of local materials to ask manipulators. We can use tones and games for engagement, simulations or movements of activities. We can ask children to run here and there. The one who will be first will be given a cheers. It's not material thing, but children enjoy being praised of what they have done. Take it out the door when they are going for break. Thumbs up, thumbs down, morning meetings. In fact, it will be good for every class, especially the class teachers, to have morning meetings with their students to prepare their minds, get them ready for the lesson. We should have visual schedules. Our timetables are not usually nice, good looking for children, especially the lower grade. They can visualize things better and they will stick in their mind if we have their timetable represented in the visualized form. Peer tutoring, asking their own peers to teach them. I observed a lesson in a school in class 1 when peers were teaching their peers, and it was so marvelous. The children enjoy their peers. They are open. They feel welcome. And those tutoring also feel that they are also doing something well. So we can engage the children like that. We can help the children to analyze the tasks that they have. These few, we can have the tall list of strategies that can support this agenda. And if we are employing even half of these lists, our classrooms will be nice. Let's look at some of the visual schedules. The various subjects. We can get symbols that represent them. And the children will visualize and will never forget. When we ask them, what do you have? They will not turn to the timetable. But because they have visualized everything, they will have it. These are just samples that we can have in a classroom. And if we have this in a classroom, it will help the children. We will tell the children what they need to do. They'll just go there. Now we have presented the lesson in the multiple means. We have engaged them in multiple means. We have also giving them the opportunity to express themselves in different ways that they are comfortable with. Yes, sir. We still have some children struggling. We need to respond to intervention. Sometimes it saddens me that a child may not be doing well in first thing. Teachers will identify. It's that child is not doing well in second thing. Then third thing. Then they say, Wabong. What did the teacher do? You were able to diagnose me, but you could not do anything for me, which is not the best. So we need to respond to the needs of that child. And how do we do that? So RTI is a strategy that is used to identify learning challenges so we can help them. You know, children have diverse backgrounds, and because of that, that may impede their progress. And so there's a need for us to identify the children. So we have 3 tiers of identifying children who are struggling and to give them intervention. So the whole class instruction you have given using UTL principles and strategies. But yet still, you realize that some children are struggling. And so you have targeted group instruction. You pick those who are struggling out. After picking out, that is not the end. Some may be dyslexic. Some may be dysgraphia. Some may have communication challenge. Some may have vision problem. Some may have hearing problem. So what do you do to support these children? You will need to also separate them from the small group so that you have intensive intervention where those who are dyslexic, you give them IP, individualized educational plan, IEP, that will support them to overcome their challenge. Those with communication challenge, you also give them individualized education plan that will support them. And we need to work out that. To be able to identify them, there's the need for us to do ecological assessment. Ecology, we are looking at the environment, the area. What specific area do you have this challenge? What specific area of learning that we need to give reasonable accommodation? So in this process, we need to observe learners very well in the classroom, when they are in groups, when they are out to play. So both classroom and outside the classroom, we need to observe these children. And this observation, most of the time, teachers know the children by names, but we don't know them. They be mute in the class. That time when they will not answer. But during break, you will be the champion. Some of the children are like parasites. They depend on the one of the districts. I met 3 boys They are siblings and they are there. These albinos have good vision when the light is so high, especially the sun. So I called them. I called their headmaster. I asked them why they have done that. And the children said, when the sun is up, they can. And they have been in the school for a long time. And they know that nothing is being done. I gave them my sunshade, and when the elders put it on, he said, yes, it's better. My eye is not paining me. Common sunshade will solve the problem. This sunshade, when I asked the head to buy one for them, the next day they got one. It was only 7 cents. And these children were suffering in class. They are siblings. And parents are thinking that somebody bewitched them. But this is defective genes for both parents. That's why they have them in affection. And common handshake, eye shape, hand shape will solve their problem. So in class, I asked them, what do they do when the sun is out? They say they ask their friend. So if the friend is writing wrong things, you will copy wrong things. Look at the harm we are causing this. So ecological assessment. Sometimes you need to interview the child. Sometimes you only need to observe the behavior of the child in the classroom. And as I said, and outside the classroom. When you identify the areas of challenge, then you tailor the intervention to the strength of learners. What we will not even pause. What is the challenge of Kofi or Anna? And as you know, we said multiple means of action and expression. How is the child expressing the information that you have given? The exercises, the examination that you give to the children. How are they going to present that, to express themselves? You cannot ask to climb the tree. The fish will fail. So if I cannot grab, I can't hold pen and paper. And so I'm not able to write my exams when I fail. Now who caused that? But if you give me a tablet or a laptop, I'll be able to do that. So universal design for assessment. How flexible our assessment? How do we assess the children? There is a need for us to give them reasonable accommodation. Reasonable accommodations are support that we will give to the child or the learner so that that learner will overcome his or her challenges and will be able to express himself or herself well. And this can come in extra time. I'm a slow writer. You need to give me extra time so that I can finish. Some may use computers. Some may also use oral to write. The current BEC that they wrote. 3 of the learners wrote BEC oral. Some may use braille, others may use large prints. The cerebral palsy people and the other physical challenge ones, they will use computers, laptops. And WAEC is ready to give these reasonable thing to do is to inform. Please tell the schools to inform the district. The district will compile the list with the needed support document and send it to the regions. The regions will bring it to headquarters and we will submit it to WAEC and defend it. 3 days ago, we had a meeting with WAEC. We just ended it yesterday. They are ready to give all the accommodations that we request, depending that we have the supporting document. So, universal intervention is very, very beneficial to you, the teacher first, even before the child. It's suitable for all subjects. It's not only for specific subjects, all subjects. So whatever you are teaching, you can engage children in multiple ways. You can ask children to express themselves in multiple means, and you can represent the information, the content in multiple means in all subjects. It also helps the teacher to know and understand learning. Please let teachers know that 40% of their work, less load of their work is knowing the children. If you know your children, 40% of your workload is gone. It also motivates learners to learn. Your learners, there will not be any true ones learners in your class. They will feel happy to come to school. It takes advantage of learners' different strengths. Your class is rich with different strengths. Diversity is golden, and we need to tap into that to support our learning. If we are able to do that, our learners will learn well. And one group of companies will be out of our class. If we are looking at disability, don't forget that it could be you, it could be me, it could be everyone. Children with special needs, learners with special needs are not for some people or a group of people. It can be with us in any day, any hour, any minute. So let's protect the inevitable of life by being conscious of life and safety. The children we have today will be there to save us tomorrow. Thank you. If we say all means all.
Hello, good morning once again, and I wish to welcome you back to today's session. I believe you had a wonderful presentation from Madam Bruce, the Director in charge of Special Education at the headquarters. As we are all aware, differentiated learning has UDL principles embedded. So, as she has told you, when you go, let the teachers understand that they need to make sure that they use those UDL principles to, practice it in their classrooms. So we're going to continue with today's session. And to do that, we will look at our schedule once more. And our focus will be on the three schedule. And for the day 3 schedule, the session 17 begins with opening prayer, registration, the usual thing. And then the next session 18 continues with lesson presentation number 4. So it means already in day 2, you are giving them the various lessons that they're going to present on. So the various groups do their preparations and then come and do their presentations for discussions and then feedback. It is important to note that within the settings that we find ourselves, they should do more presentations so that we support them to understand what is in the teacher's guide and then the activity book and be able to use them confidently to teach in DL classroom. So after the math presentation, we will have a working snack and we continue with a presentation in English language where they come and also do demonstration lessons. But as I said, let it not be that one person is going to take over the lesson, starting from the introduction to the end. Every participant should take part in the group, should take part in the presentation. So various segments of the presentation should be given to various participants so that they share and then within one lesson, members take various sessions and do their presentation. And then also we do the last presentation, that is mathematics. So for the 3 days, we will have 3 demonstration lessons in English and 3 demonstration lessons in mathematics. That is to say the minimum. That is to say the minimum. Where the situation allows, you can do more than that. Then we give them a case study. You will be given a case study which you present to them on assessment and grouping. So the participants will evaluate the case study and also do their presentation and then come back with their feedback. Then the final session will be on managing class sizes. As I spoke about it yesterday, you would have a situation where level 1 learners will be more. Let's say you have about 70 level 1 learners, and level 3 you have about 3 learners. How do we manage this group of learners? So we're going to look at during that session, we'll be looking at the various strategies that will help us or aid the teachers to manage the various groups that we're going to implement the differentiated learning strategy on. We have instruction strategies for them to follow. You'll also be provided where you for them to come and do this kind of the things that have to do. Then at the end of the trade, also there will be evaluation, online evaluation of the days. So I'll be taking you through the strategies for managing the various different class sizes. On your screen, you see the heading managing various class sizes. And you see a beautiful classroom there. So we are going to look at the various class sizes, then how we're going to manage them. Participants will discuss the various strategies to be used to manage different class sizes during differentiated lessons. So you will take them through the various strategies that they will use in managing the various class sizes. So basically, we are looking at four types of classes. Four types of classes. The small class, the medium class, the large class, the mixed and the multi-grade classroom. What strategies can we use to implement DL if we happen to be in one of these classes? So we will first of all look at the small class size. In the small class size, we are looking at a few strategies. Some of these strategies I know you are very familiar with. Teachers as well are also familiar with these class sizes, class strategies. So we have the talking circles, the numbered heads together, the role play, interview, and individual instruction. These are a few of the strategies that you will use in managing the small class size. But I want you to take note that these are not all, there are more, but our focus are on these. There are detailed step-by-step approaches for each of these strategies mentioned here. You will be provided, as I said earlier on, with those manuals. And you as well will share it among the various groups that you are going to train. So you have a small class size group, a medium class size group, a large class group, as well as multi and mixed ability group. And then they select any of these strategies, prepare, and then come and present. Don't be worried. I said there are manuals there for you to read on each of these strategies. Some class size. The strategies enumerated here are the focus groupings, discussion bracket scenarios, teacher talking time, authentic learning materials, and grouping according to learning style. And as material ready to prepare as participants for their demonstrations and presentations, and for you also to acquaint yourself with these various strategies. And at the medium size also, we have the See, Think, Wonder, rotational teaching, snowballing, and peer teaching. Then we look at the large class size. Under the large class size on a lead group discussion, snowballing, and peer teaching. Some of these strategies cut across various sizes of classes, so you need not worry about them. The steps have been enumerated and they can be used. Then we also have the mixed ability or multi-grade class. And here we have the choice menu, the peer teaching strategy. You remember it has already been mentioned earlier on. Differentiated assessment, learning stations for grouping. So these are the strategies that we're going to use sizing. And as I said earlier, you'll be given prepare on them and demonstrate the various strategies for this discussion during your training. So, as I said earlier on, It is a short lot to do. So I will urge you on to be time conscious during the period of training. And then also focus on what is expected to be done. Let them do more demonstrations, and especially the linkages between the teacher's guide and then the activity book. How to cross-reference those books is very important. So I will urge you that for that particular place, make sure you focus on it, you hammer it, so that they acquaint themselves properly and be able to do the cross-referencing and then deliver what is expected of them. Also, on the monitoring tools, take them through and let them do practice so that they become conversant and be able to fill them accurately as we expect of them. The assessment protocol is also very important. They need to follow the protocols in order to be able to get the right learning levels of the children. For we say that if assessment fails, differentiated learning has failed. The success of differentiated learning is based on the assessment and being able to place the learners in their ability level, their comfortable zones of learning, and, and inform them not to assume any level for any learner. For every learner, the learner must be assessed first before being placed in any level. On this note, I'll pause here and say thank you very much. We'll be waiting for your comments, your suggestions, or contributions on the sideline. Whilst we wait, you'll be hearing from Mr. Yekwa, our national coordinator, very soon. Thank you and have a good day. All right. Thank you very much for the question asked on the detailed strategies, the strategies in managing the large class sizes, and then the detailed explanation. As I said earlier on, we will give you the manual, but this is just a summary on the PPT. So when you talk of the large class size, the strategy, as I mentioned earlier on, we have the lead group discussion, and this is a strategy that reinforces the interaction and collaboration among learners, where learners engage in dialogue and exchange ideas on a given topic in a group, with the group leader coordinating and leading the discussion, which promotes critical thinking and enhances communication skills among the learners. Now, you put the learners in groups, have a group leader, which you've been doing already, where with an assigned topic, they share ideas and then come up with their findings, where those soft skills or the core competencies that we talk about, the critical thinking, communication skills, presentation, leadership, all come to bear. So the steps, how are you to do that? One is put learners in groups, appoint leaders in each group has been delivered with the lead ensuring participation of all group members. Then after that, there will be presentation time. So in the case during your training, a group takes the lead group discussion strategy to use in a lesson or a lesson. Then these are the steps. So already you put the learners in a group, appoint a leader, give them the subject matter for them to discuss, come up with their findings, their solutions, and then they do presentation as a group, where the teacher ensures that each member of the group plays a role in it. Then we also spoke about snowballing. This is also a technique that involves dividing a large class into smaller groups and having them discuss a topic or a question. Okay? You put the learners into smaller groups, give them a topic to discuss, maybe a concept you want to treat. You give it to them for discussion. The groups then merge with other groups and share ideas. Okay? Creating a large okay, also help us and we all agree on certain perspectives. So what are the steps in using the snowballing strategy? One, introduce the topic or question and give some background information or context. Divide the class into pairs or small groups and give them a few minutes to discuss. Ask the group to join with other groups and exchange their views. Repeat the process until the whole class is involved in a plenary discussion. Then you summarize the main point and conclusion and provide feedback or clarification. So these are the steps, and as I said, we have all these written down, going to be given to you to guide you during your training. Yes, Abu Kassim, thank you very much for your question. Yes, you wanted to find out if we'll be giving you document on the various strategies for managing the various class sizes. Yes, that is what I just said. You are going to give you the details, but that one was just for the PowerPoint to let you know that we are also going to have a presentation on strategies to manage various class sizes. And as I mentioned, the types of classes that we have and the strategies that the teachers can use to manage them from the small group through the medium, through the large to the mixed ability and then multi-grade classes. We have all these steps there, and we're giving you the material for you to read. And it is not that you are going to read the materials to the participants. You introduce the various class sizes to them, and they select the various class sizes. You also, the materials will be printed by the district for them. So if a group chooses a large class size, they go into what are the strategies there. So for example, under large class size, one of the strategies is so they decide to present on peer teaching. What is it? There are steps there indicating what they should do. The peer teaching says the step there says pair learners up work on problem set or project. So they can be in pairs or in smaller groups. Present the lesson or the concept and assess learners on lesson delivery. So you present the lesson to them and they themselves will go into their groups and do peer teaching over there. Your question says, please, can you go over the mixed ability class size? Yes, the mixed ability or the multi-grade class, there are various strategies that you can use, and I made mention of some of them. One of them is the choice menu. And when you say a choice menu, what is it? It's a tool that allows learners to choose from different learning activities. Okay? Choice menu is a tool that allows the learners to choose from different learning activities based on one, their interest, two, their preferences, and three, their readiness to learn. It can be used in teaching the multi-grade class as well, differentiate instruction and meet the diverse needs of learners. So what are the steps? What are the steps that we have to go through? One, it says identify the learning objectives or the lesson indicators for each level. When we talk of the lesson objectives, we're talking about the learning outcome in our lesson plan. Or basically, we're talking about differentiated learning. We have the learning outcomes. Then you design activities that align to the lesson indicators of the objective. Yes. And when you go into our PL materials, the activity book has so many strategies in teaching those various concepts. Three, provide clear instructions and expectations for learners. Four, assign points or scores according to learners' responses. So as you are giving their feedback, you score them. And then you also monitor and support learners as they invite on their chosen activity and provide feedback, guidance, and then so you just don't leave them, but you go around because they are. Then after their presentation, you review and celebrate learners learning outcomes. No, and share learners, you can ask learners to share their work with the class of the partner. Yes, they need to do their presentation. They don't do it and keep it. They do presentations and then they share it with other people. And note, you can also use rubric, checklists, or portfolios to assess learning. So it is not just plan as you see on your screen. There are detailed notes and step-by-step approaches under each of the strategies that given. So let us look at the differentiated assessment, for instance. Give him some few seconds. I'm having a few technical challenges here, so kindly hold on. Yeah, so as I'm saying, I'm having some technical challenges. So as I'm saying, you'll be given everything you will need to be able to provide this support for the participants. And the teachers will also have these strategies with which they will use within their various classroom settings. So don't be worried. All materials will be given and provided for you. Phone and the phone reading, the book out there, then also giving the- So I want to thank you once again. All right. Morning once again. I think we have got the full section. We happen to be the questions to complete this. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for doing the I was monitoring the fact that majority follow all that we do. I would like to thank you for always responding to our call. Even though the session has come to an end, the main task has not begun yet. And as I said when we started this whole thing, next week is the time that we're going to do this. And we are expecting that by Monday, you will all be at your various stations to participate. We will be asking how you know where you're supposed to go. We're going to share that platform where everybody will know where he or she is supposed to go. We tried our best to make sure that we will not travel too far away from where the patient is. But it will not be very perfect. Definitely, some of you will have longer distances, but very well. We've done our best to make sure that majority will be close to where they live so that traveling within be so that funds for this exercise has already been sent to the various districts. District directors are now aware that something like this is going to happen next week. Materials for this exercise is also supposed to be provided when you go to the various districts. We have informed them. I will want to encourage everyone to put up your very best. Just as you have been doing for us. When you go down, try as much as possible to improve. We have hope maybe when we are done with this We are about 240 master trainers. But the vacancies that we have, something less than even 100. That means majority will not be. So those of us selected, we do well to honor this institution. And those also who will not be selected, um, we will definitely have another chance. Make sure that we have you in mind. So please do not get so disturbed. This is for 3 days, like I said, 3 days. We are starting on Tuesday. That is next week Tuesday. Tuesday, the 31st of October, and we are ending on 2nd November. When we finish 2nd November, then we are going to come back on the Friday. So please take note, and then do well to get to the street by Monday evening. So some of us have been put so close to where we stay. Not so it may not be in the same district, because if you are in the same district, it will create problems for you. So we have tried our best to close by. In any case, we have done our best to make sure that you know. So that is it. By close of the day, you know where you're going. Candidate. If there is anything that you need some clarification, you can send a message. I will respond to it. On that note, we'll bring the whole session to a close and wish all of you the best. May you have safe trips to where you are going to do your application. Thank you very much. Bye bye to all of you. See you another time.